Hello and welcome to the University of Suffolk podcast. I'm Gemma Matten and today we're focusing on a skill set that underpins success across almost every sector, project management. I'm joined by John Waters and Sarah Harris, course leads here at the University of Suffolk, who are responsible for our project management apprenticeship provision. We'll be talking about what makes great project management, reflecting on feedback from our Level 4 Associate Project Manager Apprenticeship, which launched in September 2025, and looking ahead to our Level 6 Project Manager Apprenticeship starting in September 2026. Thank you so much for joining us, John and Sarah. So could you start just by introducing yourselves and telling us a bit about your backgrounds?
Oh, thank you for having us. I'm Sarah Harris. I'm course leader across the programmes, and I come from both a industry background and also an academic background. I've been at the university here for 15 years now, but I've also worked in industry, running my own businesses and working for lots of different organisations. I've worked in event management as well as project management, lots of crossover there, worked within construction and lots of other businesses as well.
And John?
Thanks for having me. I'm John Waters. I'm a lecturer in project management here at the University of Suffolk. I've been here for just over a year now. Before that, I was actively working as a project manager, mainly in the retail IT sector, which I did for quite a few years, helping a number of household brands in the UK with their retail systems. I used to operate a consultancy business in the local area, but now I've moved over to academia to start to pass on the knowledge that I've gained in that period to the apprentices.
Fabulous, thank you. It's nice to have you on board with us. So project management is often described as a transferable skill. So why is it so important across all industries?
The modern world is a very rapidly changing environment, and there is increasing tight budgets, fast-moving technology, regulatory changes and rising customer expectations. And project management provides a sort of common framework to plan work, manage risk, communicate clearly. It's across all sectors and all jobs these days. Project management is increasingly important. John, you probably want to add to that.
From my own perspective, I used to specialise in retail IT projects. But if you've got good, strong project management skills, then you can pretty much use the same skills in any sector. And I've managed to work in housing, media, and in the health sectors on non-IT projects, and the same fundamentals still operate. I would say the other thing that's transferable is the core skills of project management, like leadership and risk management, problem solving. These things can be used in any business environment, really. So you may not be doing project management, but the things you learn as a project manager can also be used in general management in any sector.
Fabulous. So the Level 4 Associate Project Manager Apprenticeship, which launched in September 2025, what feedback have we had so far from the employers and the apprentices?
So we've had good engagement from the students. They've all come back for their second module. They've enjoyed aspects of the course like working through practical examples with the lecturer. And we are awaiting their feedback on the first module. So we haven't had that just yet. But they seem very engaged in the lessons and doing very well in their assignments.
And have they been able to put into practice anything that they've learnt so far? And what have they found as an advantage of taking the course?
Yes, I mean, the first module was about planning a project. And some of the students have fed back that they've used the planning techniques that they've gone through virtually the next week at work when they've had to plan a piece of work. So we're seeing the fruits of the planning that we put in. You could learn it one week and use it the next.
The assessments also test that as well. So at the end of each module, there's an assessment, and they are project and work-based. So whatever they've been learning in their module, they then apply to their business, and we can then give feedback as well as to how they've done and interpreted the academic study into the practical environment.
Fabulous. How important is employer involvement in ensuring that the programme stays relevant and practical?
Well, it's very important. I mean, if I cover from a course design perspective, we've been designing this Level 6 project management course with a lot of employer involvement. We've presented at several points during the design what we intend to cover and teach, and also the method by which we do that. And we've done that to representatives from energy sector, health sector, and logistics and construction. And we've built into the course the feedback that they've given us.
And then taking that into the teaching, we've involved industry a lot and employers. So we've got a really good network of businesses and employers that come into our sessions to talk to the students about the projects that they've worked on, the good and some of the bad things that have happened, some of the failings, and also how you can turn projects around when things aren't going quite so well. Things change in our environment, is how you adapt and overcome these things. So it's really good when they come in and talk to the students in person. They also provide us with a number of case studies that we use in class. So they're applying the theoretical academic knowledge to a wide range of different sectors and problems. So involving employers is very much one of our unique selling points.
Absolutely. Because it's so transferable to all different industries, it gives the apprentices a taste of how different industries are working, what other apprentices from different industries would do, their thoughts, their insights as well. So it really enriches the apprenticeship.
I think it makes them realise how important good leadership skills are, communication, a lot of the softer skills that are required. So a lot of that comes across by talking with employers as well.
Yeah.
One thing I find with having apprentices from different sectors in the same class is that in terms of examples of what we're teaching them in the course, if one sector doesn't do that much, then another one will, so they can talk about it and give some real life examples. Their employment is definitely a positive factor.
Absolutely. The employers really like getting involved because being able to spend that time with apprentices as well, get their understanding, their feedback, and being able to support us as a university. Again, it's a part of them being able to give back as well.
Yeah.
So looking ahead, we are going to be launching the Level 6 Project Manager Apprenticeship in September 2026. So what can learners and employers expect from this programme?
So if you sign up for the 3-year Level 6 Project Management course, then it's an integrated degree course. So you get a full honours degree at the end of it, as well as achieving that standard from Skills England. And the first year is common with the Level 4 Associate Project Manager, so that lays the foundation. And then we go into depth into specialist subjects like business change, risk management, commercial contract management. And that's to provide the extended knowledge and skills that a professional project manager would need to manage large enterprise-scale projects in their organisation to achieve that organisation's strategic goals.
And if I can add to that, it will be more of the same actually in terms of the classroom experience, meeting with industry experts, lots of scenario-based workshops and lots of interactive sessions where the students really get to embed their learning in a practical way.
Lovely. So who would you actually encourage to consider a Level 6 Project Manager Apprenticeship?
It's not really a course for the part-time project manager. This is for somebody who wants a career in project management and is specialised in that from any sector. And their goal should be to be running large projects in their organisation. And as well as actively managing projects, they'll also be able to put in place an organisation's project management methodology. So they'll be able to preach what they practice as well.
Excellent. It's a really good skill to obviously upskill the accidental project manager, someone that's just fallen into it that then wants to really hone in on that. And as you say, within any industry, every industry needs project management in some way, shape or form. So how is this Level 6 apprenticeship delivered?
We are delivering this in a hybrid fashion where half of each module is taught face-to-face on campus. We do that on a Wednesday at the moment, and it's 6 hours worth of teaching in that day. Not all teaching, but practical sessions and worked examples and guest speakers. But that all happens on the face-to-face sessions. So that's half the module. It's a 12-week module. We then do 4 weeks of work-based learning, which is still off the job, a day a week, doing various activities and formative assessment that we've set during the teaching. So activities like seeing how projects align with their organisation's strategy and any regulation that their particular sector. So they do a lot of research and writing up, and that helps them get their evidence together for their portfolio. And then there's 2 weeks for them to do the assignment at the end of the module. So it's a repeating 12-week cycle, 4 modules a year.
Fabulous. And so obviously they get their degree at the end of it. What other qualifications come with this apprenticeship as well?
So yes, it's an honours degree that they get after just 3 years. So it's comparable with actually doing a full-time degree. And not only do you get the honours degree from the University of Suffolk, they'll also get their apprenticeship, which is from the Skills England standard. And in addition, one of the requirements of the course is that we build into our teaching material everything that's necessary to pass the project management qualification from the Association for Project Management. So it's like a bonus qualification. People can sit that independently if they like, but you get it as part of this level 6 project management degree apprenticeship.
What skills do you think will define a successful project manager over the next decade?
Well, the pace of the work environment is very, very high. Things are changing all the time. So I would say resilience, adaptability, flexibility, and keeping your eye on all of the external factors as well as your actual project. Technology is also moving at such an amazing pace. We've all seen how AI has changed the workplace no end. I think also with project management, there's going to be a lot more remote management. You think of everybody involved in a project actually being on one site, but there's a lot of project management that's done remotely. There's all sorts of software and technology that assists with that. So it's a really interesting place, regardless of what you do in industry, what the next 10 years is actually going to look like. But managing projects is going to be fundamental for the success of lots of businesses.
So as you just touched on AI, how do you see AI being involved in supporting project managers over the next, say, decade?
Yeah, so AI is going to change project management in a number of ways. A lot of the resources on a project, you could find that where people did those jobs, software development, creative industries, AI is being used to displace people doing those roles right now. So you'll be managing a mixture of artificial intelligence agents and real people in projects in the future. And then there's also tools to help automate some of the project management tasks. We'll see project managers working much less on the mundane tasks of writing up checkpoints and maintaining risk registers and action logs. And all those things will probably be automated, and the project managers will be freed up to work on problem solving and managing risks and the things that artificial intelligence can't yet tackle.
With all those changes with AI, does the level 6 incorporate any of the AI practicalities into it?
Yes, we've recognised this and how it's going to change the role of the project manager. So we've actually created a whole module specifically on the application of technology in project management, where we'll be exploring artificial intelligence and robotic process automation in depth to see how the next generation of project managers can use those to be even more efficient.
Fabulous.
Yeah, it's really important for us that apprentices are in the industry with up-to-date knowledge and everything that's current. So it's a real task for us all to keep up to date and to make sure that what we're teaching is the latest thinking. But yeah, we want apprentices out there who are up to date and have upskilled in all of these areas.
Project management and technology never stops evolving, does it? So a course this year could look completely different to what it's going to look like in 2-3 years' time.
Absolutely.
John and Sarah, thank you so much for sharing your insights today. It's clear that strong project management capability is essential for organisations to deliver change successfully. We've reflected on the positive early feedback from the Level 4 Associate Project Manager Apprenticeship, launched in September 2025, and we're excited to build on that success with the Level 6 Project Manager Apprenticeship, which is starting in September 2026. Thank you for listening to the University of Suffolk podcast. Join us next time as we continue to explore the skills, courses, and opportunities shaping the future workforce.